Hey guys, what's going on? We just saw Backrooms, Kane Parsons' Backrooms. I think it was very, very good. If you guys saw our last video, I said Obsession might have been the best horror film, or one of the best horror films that I saw in like maybe the past 5 or 10 years. This is, I still think that for Obsession, but this is really good. You know, it's very original. Obviously, you know, I'm sure you know that the whole Backrooms thing started because of that like photo that was like swiveling around of someone's literal backrooms. The main thing I was worried about was that it wouldn't be that unique or interesting in a sense, not because I don't really trust Kane. I think the Backrooms is great what he's done. And then The Oldest View, really cool. If you haven't seen that, I would definitely check that out. But there's been so many Backrooms, like pool rooms, like levels, whatever, clones that other people have made, which is really cool. I'm glad they like expanding on the lore, even if it might not be all canon or whatever. I was afraid that we saw so much of that it wouldn't be unique, and yet it still was. And a lot of it was in that analog horror kind of like, you know, walking around with this 90s, like, you know, like video cam. Great. Cinematography is wonderful, you know. A lot of the sets were crazy. I mean, I know they made like thousands of square feet, I guess, of like actual back room, and then just used set extensions when they had to. Really good. Acting was great. They told, spoilers, they tell you just enough for you to really like know, okay, that makes sense, but like, wait, there's something else to it. A lot more I don't know. And I really love the mystery of that. And we talked about it a lot even before we did the review, and I'm sure that's exactly what Kane wants us to do. So my score would honestly be, I'll just go for it. I would honestly say 9. I would say 9. Because it's great. The soundtrack is also really fucking good. And just, he's not afraid to have long shots of people just figuring things out and just discovering stuff. There's no unnecessary fast cuts or whatever. Like, the scares were definitely earned. 9 out of 10.
That's kind of funny you mention the mystery aspect, because I think a lot of mysteries happen.
Hey guys, I'm reporting in from the Backrooms, but it's a legally distinct internet Backrooms. It's not related to the A24 Kane Pixels thing at all. Anyway, our film, This Is a Spooky House, I Think There's Mystery at Morrowbrooke, is coming out in October. Maybe Halloween. Anyway, if you like content like this and want to see that, or maybe a little more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Alabaster Effect. Oh my god, it's an entity, but it's not any of the entities you'll see in the movie.
Anyway, no, I completely agree as well. It was just such a well done, I think, narrative for a movie that could have been, and by all means had the potential to be, just another kind of creepypasta, or like I have alluded it to, like a video game movie being turned, or a video game being turned to a movie, how it's just kind of this thing that will come and go. But it's like, no, this kind of leaves you thinking a little bit, I would say, just about, I guess depends on what you can take away from it, and I personally think there's a lot to take away from it. It was just extremely well done. Yeah, like you said, the music was so like weird. Music was weird and good and weird. Murphy for this was so, it surprised me a lot of times. So of just how like actually kind of chilling you're able to get like a situation, and like a situational kind of terror sense, like, and especially if you're looking at something as simple as the Backrooms. I think I agree as well. I'm gonna say like 8.5, just because I would like to see where it goes, because I feel like if this, I'm assuming, is going to make more money, and we'll have either a sequel or just have more content, because I'd love to support this dude, Kane Parsons, because extremely well done, especially for your first like feature. It's an incredible feat of like, yeah, YouTuber to movie pipeline.
Yeah, no, it was great. I kind of like what Josh was saying. I was kind of expecting it to be not like horrible, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. It was really good at just being like kind of eerie and chilly, especially with like a lot of like the long shots. It was just building up like a lot of tension. I think like the one part, I guess, kind of spoilers, that like gave me chills was like he's walking in the back rooms and there's like this weird like woman with like crazy face, and like she starts like running at him.
It's in the trailer.
Oh, it's in the trailer. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's like this weird Christmas tree area. It's like he's running through, so it's like low light, and it's like a POV shot because it's like the camcorder, and it's like that. Like I was like freaking out because like I have a hard time playing Outlast, which is like a similar like kind of camcorder game where you're like running from crazy entities. So it was definitely a lot like creepier than I was expecting, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of questions at the end. They didn't really, again, explain a lot. I don't know if I would, I mean, not that I would hate a sequel, but don't want them to explain like any more of the backrooms, and I feel like that's kind of what naturally would occur if you're like making sequels to the movie. So I don't know if I really would want, like, I guess like a pool rooms. I don't really know a lot about backrooms, so I don't know there's like pool rooms and like levels and stuff. So I guess there's things you can kind of play around with that, but overall really enjoyable. If I had to score, I think I'm gonna give it like, I'll give it a 9 as well. It was really good. Not better than Obsession, but it was really good. It was a very good movie.
Yeah, world building was incredible. You know, the way they shot, going down from one of the main characters' like backgrounds was like their house. And I think their mom was crazy. But anyways, it goes from that all the way down to like backrooms level architecture almost. Like just nothing. Like the windows are gone, like the furniture is in the walls. I just think the way they build off. Like that one picture on 4chan that was posted like I think years ago. That's crazy that one picture can just be built into like a bunch of.
Actually, now that you kind of mentioned it, I totally forgot. It's really cool that like the architect, like the design, the layout of the backrooms is fucking insane. It's bonkers, and the main character is an architect, or he wanted to be, which I think is like, it's kind of cool because you know he can map things out. And there's one scene, spoilers, where he draws the first therapist, and he's like, "Look, you're not gonna believe me, but this is it."
I think it's all true.
Yeah. And I think that's awesome. I think that's like, that was a cool kind of thing. And so in a way, at the end, again, spoilers, he kind of really goes in depth with like the psyche, kind of like what he's going through, like what he's experiencing in his life and his past, and like kind of like coming to terms with like who he was and mistakes he's made, and if he's actually going to take accountability. And he talks about this like beautiful mess in a way, and he talks about the back rooms, but it's like also his life. I don't know. And as someone who is an architect, not me, him, it's interesting how the place is so fucking weird, but he, as an artist, an architect, could also appreciate it in a way. It's like, how the fuck did this happen? I think that's really cool.
What would you give it, Nathan?
Yeah, what would you give it?
I would give it
8.
8. Yeah, I was definitely an 8. Not Obsession level.
They're very different. They're so different.
Scariness wise, Obsession. I wasn't actually as scared as I was expecting to be in this movie. I mean, the Christmas, the more, I don't know, it seems like modern horror movies doesn't really focus on shock value anymore, which is great.
Yeah. They were definitely. Yeah, I agree with you. Overall, I was not as scared as I thought I was going to be. Versus an Obsession, I was like going into it like, oh, there's another fucking dude making a film. Blumhouse. Here we go, Blumhouse. And then it was horrifying.
3. I would say actual like jump scare.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3 off the top of my head because it wasn't that many. It was really just relying mostly on the environment and the hell. Sometimes there's even like they do. Like at least Kane does this thing where there's no payoff. It is just, it's meant to make you feel uneasy and eerie, and then it just cuts. It cuts to the next thing. It's like, okay, all right. It's like, yeah, it's stuff like that. This adds to its level of uncomfortable that it might make you, because I mean that's the point of this horror, this subliminal space horror, and the idea as well that the lore is that I guess we're in a backrooms discussion. Is that, of what the backrooms is and how it reflects a person's psyche, or how it reflects a person, like what it takes from a person and chooses to replicate, is really interesting. And it's, again, I'm just glad that it wasn't just made to be like a scary movie to like just during the summer to get some tickets. Like, no, like it does make you, again, I feel makes you think a little bit, and it wants you to think of like what the backrooms is, and just have you always second guessing and going like, oh, now I get it. No, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it anymore. It's like, it's the second you think you know what the backrooms is, it says, no, it's not. It's like, okay, cool. And that kind of, I can see people, especially if you want your movies to be a little more linear, and this movie is very linear. However, if you want like your answers, you want just question, answer, go, it's not gonna get that. I want you to work for it. I want you to think. He's not holding your hand through this. No.
You go into the movie asking, what is the back room?
I know.
I'm out asking, what is the back room?
It's like a non-backrooms head. I was not into backrooms really at all. I'm very interested in the backrooms now after watching this movie, I would say. I gotta know more about the backrooms.
Actually, I'm gonna head there right now.
I'm going with him. And then you
would cut it. And then
you somehow like key us out of the...
I was gonna go underneath the green screen.
Well, it's like tied tight. Listen, guys, it's fun.
I was gonna say some more. So yeah, I'm not even gonna cut that. But like, I as far as what Sonny said, like how he doesn't want there to be a sequel, and I agree because the thing is, you discover it for the first time as a viewer in this movie. If there's a sequel, it's like okay, that mystery has kind of been already been like discovered or uncovered in a sense. So you could have another like protagonist, but like even if you did the pool rooms, it would be kind of similar. So I don't know. I would say, Kane, if you're ever watching this or whatever, definitely do an oldest view feature. Okay, now you
Oh, I can do thing. Okay.
yeah.
All right, and then you cut the back groups.
I don't think it needs a sequel.
Boo.
I don't think it needs a sequel. It's perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but I
All right, guys. Put in the comments below what you think the Backrooms is, and if you think it needs a sequel, and also put a comment about how excited you are to see Spooky House because it's coming out.